Match day 2 in the Premier League this weekend comes with a lot of baggage and leaves us with tons of things to discuss because Newcastle United, owners of Alexander Isak, will entertain Liverpool admirers of Alexander Isak at St. James's Park on Sunday. Of course, that provides us with a lot to discuss. And on top of that, there is Manchester City entertaining Tottenham Hotspur in what is said to be a cracker. My name is Ayomide Daniels, and of course, we are introducing you to the Nutmeg in its second edition for the new season right here on GuardianTV. Yes, you're welcome to a fresh edition of the Nutmeg. I've got great company with me. That's because JoshTooSporty is here to talk about the Isak situation. Josh, great to have you on the show.
Great to be on the show. I was here a long time ago, and I was also here via audio call. So it's great to be finally back on the Nutmeg physically.
Absolutely, I'm excited to have you. And also flanked by my side is President Eniola Daniel. Of course, President, great to have you on the show.
Just like Ronaldo returned to Old Trafford, thank God I returned here to the Guardian studio.
But hope you'll not be chased out.
No, don't worry.
Like Ronaldo.
You remember how he left though?
Yes, remember how he left.
Anyways, well, of course, talking about chasing out and players wanting to leave or stay, we've seen Newcastle United, we've seen the statement they released, we've seen Alexander Isak's statement. Both clubs are coming up against each other this weekend, but let's talk about Isak's situation. It's quite funny because before Newcastle United left the race for Go Ekitike and Liverpool signed Ekitike, Isak, we thought, was moving to Liverpool. But with that deal done, we've seen Newcastle pursue other strikers and that's been futile. And now it is at the standstill, at the impasse that it has reached now. Josh, weigh into this.
Well, for the whole Isak Newcastle situation, it's kind of somehow because it's controversial. It's Isak releasing a statement. The club did not keep their end of the bargain. The club saying you signed a contract, you're still our player. We have rejected the bid from Liverpool. Liverpool need to bring more money. Liverpool need to meet our valuation. And it goes both ways. We saw the situation with Neymar, Barcelona, and Paris Saint-Germain. Barcelona said you need to bring 220 million. Yeah. And they brought it, and the case ended immediately.
So you reckon that if Liverpool do the same,
yes,
meet its valuation,
yes.
But that statement is saying, look, the statement released in the middle of the week says, look, we consider Isak to be our player. So just let me come to President Eniola Daniel. You know, looking at that statement, the tone it carries is, look, this is definitive. We do not want to sell Isak anymore, and I think they've been provoked by how Isak and probably his agency has gone about it as well. Do you think there's a possibility that Isak still ends on the red side of Merseyside, Liverpool, at the end of the transfer window?
Well, I don't really see the possibility, and I think this is a messy divorce rather. I don't see him moving to Liverpool side, but one is that how was he faring before now? How was his relationship with Newcastle before now? That should also be the judge of whatever should come in the next few days. Is it something they can resolve? Yes, they can resolve it. But I don't see him moving to. But maybe Liverpool is willing to also pump money and go break the bank for him. Maybe. But I don't see that coming because Liverpool also. They are in business, and nobody wants to lose. They have strikers. They have people who can play. They have people they can do. They can even win the league this season without Isak.
You think so?
Yes, they can win the league without Isak. So I think Isak should calm down. He should calm down, and it should not be Osaze, Westbourne, QPR.
Yeah, taking us back.
I don't think Liverpool might be able to win the league without an Isak because in as much as Ekitike has started like a house of fire, Darwin Núñez also did start decently. He scored in the Community Shield as well. I think his second match when he became a Liverpool player in the Premier League. So, but then at the end of the season, it was Holland. It was the Holland show. In fact, Holland means a sitter, a howler
and the Community Shield. Memorable.
So it's. I think Isak is proven in the Premier League, and Isak is a point man. And for Ekitike, I don't think Ekitike is that player that is in the mode, or should I say that if there's an Isak and Ekitike, I'm going to pick Ekitike over Isak. Definitely, every one of us here will most likely pick Isak.
Let's leave this to the jury. I want us to treat a particular topic in this line. this trend of players, going on exile to get their demands, to get their wish, I think is the height of player power in our generation. We've seen Isak do it. We've seen Yohan Wissa do it. Alejandro Garnacho, Manchester United, he's done it. Also, we've seen the likes of Jadon Sancho do it. Ademola Lookman, our very own African Player of the Year, also has done it, but has resumed training now. Why do players feel that they can do this? And I don't understand. I mean, they are contracted either ways to their clubs. At the end of the day, with the trend and clubs also not yielding to the pressure, do you think they're winning the battle in the player power tussle?
Well, I think I wouldn't blame the players because they, apart from the fact that they play too much matches, even though that they're still the school of thought that they should play because they're being paid so much. If a club wants to throw you away, if a club wants to discard you, they will do so carelessly. Some clubs can keep you on the bench. Look at the Donnarumma issue and Paris Saint-Germain.
Sad.
There was no controversy of quote of note or in the press, and then Enrique said, out of my club, they brought Chevalier, who you could probably say might be a French issue because Chevalier is now the one who is being earmarked as the replacement of Mike Maignan for the national team. So it's also both a national team, an FFF agenda, but then Donnarumma is the captain of the Italian national team.
Okay, but while that is, Josh, President Eniola, look, there's a side to morality, and that's making a fair case for these players. But there's also the side to legality, where they are contracted to the clubs and cannot just go on exile. Some of these clubs have inserted clauses that allows them to fine the players. What I do not get is why the players disregard these clauses, disregard these terms and conditions carefully inserted in their contract and think that they can act in the way they want to. Probably maybe their agencies are also backing them up.
This is where the issue of morality also comes in, and also love for the club.
Yes.
If you actually love the club, you won't just want to exit at any time. You also want to exercise some patience and say, this is my club. And Mikel Obi left Chelsea long time ago, but he still sees himself as part of Chelsea.
Yeah.
So players, you also exercise some kind of decorum. But nevertheless, divorce is not a bad thing. And when you want to leave, why the club also have the right and have the clauses that state that, okay, if you want to leave, this is what will happen, this is what will happen. I think the players are also human. They should also consider their mental health.
Yes, but it comes down to what the terms and conditions are in the contract.
Regardless of terms
because
and conditions.
in the case of Isak, for instance, there was a verbal promise which he quoted as broken promises in a statement. Is that promise inserted in the contract? That's the question.
I think in all cases, it's just like any divorce or separation. There's still going to be separation. And in all cases, whether it's player leaving, let's say United, selling Ronaldo to Real Madrid, one party does not want to leave, whether it's the player or the club. Whether you're being amicable or you're not being amicable, do what you want to do. Because if it's on the other side of the divide, if the club wants to deal with you, they'll deal with you.
Fair argument.
Kick you out carelessly. So if Isak wants to revolt, if he wants to do a luta, I'm not in support of the way he's doing it. But if he wants to do it, fair kudos to him.
I think this is where also FIFA also come in. FIFA should also
and maybe FFP.
Yes,
I don't really think the CAS and the financial fair play.
FIFA Pro, I meant to say.
I don't really think all these things will still. These things will still happen. I just think that for some players who are clearly in the wrong, especially when it's contractual, you should humble, like Ademola Lookman has taken the
I think we need to commend him for that.
And has calmed down. I think Isak should probably do the same as well. But then because we can even look at basketball, for instance, in the NBA, LeBron James, the Dallas Mavericks just did the trade.
But the trade market doesn't exactly give you choices.
Yes.
It doesn't give you choices.
Sometimes they could just force your hand.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could.
So it's different in football. It's different in football.
It's still a bit similar in the sense that oftentimes, like Ronaldo going to United the first time around, United didn't want to sell Ronaldo. But then
you mean to Madrid?
To Madrid, yes.
Yeah.
And then Fergie kind of like encourage Ronaldo, okay, just stay for one more year.
Yeah, I think that's the compromise these players should be trying to reach.
Some players, like Ademola Lookman said, he reached the compromise with Atalanta, but Atalanta said you didn't read the compromise was there, yes, but then we told you that it has not to be an Italian club, and if it's an Italian club, they should break the bank. So I think that's the same thing Newcastle do not want to do. I think they probably also told Isak, you can leave, but not to a rival and not for a cheap. And what Isak is upset of is the fact that Liverpool had brought 120, brought 130. Newcastle rejected it because I think Newcastle said they're aiming for 170.
You know, let's talk about matters on the pitch now, very quickly before we wrap up things here. Newcastle face Liverpool. Well, of course, the grudge is set already, and the players already understand. I'm sure in the dressing rooms of both teams, their divides are clearly there. You know, it's clear to see where each player stands and all. We may never know that, but it comes down to game day 2. What do you think happens in that match? Give your straight prediction.
Game day 2, I think Liverpool edges this one. Win or draw for Liverpool. Why? Because Newcastle were the team that defeated them in the EFL Cup final.
Yeah, there's that. And Isak
there's that issue.
scored the all-important goal. Newcastle, and that makes it interesting.
Very interesting. Newcastle are playing without Isak. Liverpool seem to be gelling, they seem to be scoring and conceding, but Newcastle do not seem to be scoring, especially...
Do you concur with what he just said?
They play 0-0 with a 10-man.
I think Liverpool could also have an edge. I'm giving it to Liverpool, either win or draw for Liverpool. I don't see Newcastle winning this.
Even at St. James's.
I don't see Liverpool.
They started this.
You know, that's it's a tough place to play. Not so poor. I mean, a clean sheet, you take it.
A clean sheet against a 10-man of Aston Villa.
Okay, let's leave that case. There's a bigger game, maybe, for some others. That's Manchester City up against Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham, both teams have started pretty well. 7 goals in between them. Promises to be an entertaining game. Your prediction, President?
Give it to Man City. I'm giving it to Man City. I'm putting my money on Man City. I'm expecting Haaland to also score again. I'm expecting him to score 1 or 2 goals in that match. And the opponent should probably wait for the next game to either win or draw.
President Josh,
I do not want
Tottenham always find a way to trample over Man City,
whether it's home or away.
Yeah.
But even Thomas Frank has always been a difficult nut to crack for Pep Guardiola. Yeah. But the way Pep Guardiola City started against a resilient Wolves is cause for concern. I'm still going
for other teams.
For everyone in the Premier League.
Okay.
If there's a way both teams will lose, I think I'll be very happy with that.
But then there has to be a draw or a win.
I hope the game ends in a draw.
We'll see if that happens.
Maybe Holland can score 2 goals for those who captured him in the FPL.
Let me chip in this. Your club, you guys should. We end you.
I don't think he's a Man United fan. Don't go by that.
Lucky you.
Don't go by that. But anyway,
I guess you support Arsenal.
Chelsea.
In any case, guys, we have to wrap things up. It's been an exciting edition of the show right here on the Nutmeg, and most certainly you can be part of the conversation. Way into the matter. What should Isak do? What should Newcastle United do? Should Liverpool place that big bid and test the waters again one more time? Let's know in the comment section. Also, predictions for the game: Newcastle versus Liverpool and Manchester City up against Tottenham Hotspur. You can also drop your predictions right in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and also tap the notification bells to get all our latest content, even in and around Nigeria. It's not just sports we do here, we do a lot more absolutely on GuardianTV. Also follow us on social media. We're at Guardian Nigeria on all platforms. Guys, it's been a pleasure. JoshTooSporty, President Eniola Daniels, thank you very much.
Definitely. Lovely to be here.
And from me, your host, Ayomide Daniels, I say bye for now.